fun show today. The guests are going to be doing Q&A. That means questions and answers. They might even have a few questions for you, who knows. First up, I would like to introduce a good friend of mine, traveling companion, drinking buddy, coordinating producer of Beauty and the Beast, Mr. David Schwartz. Somebody want to run in and check the bar? So, what's happening this morning? Good morning. Is everybody awakened? Everybody stay up then. Come on. Stay up. David Schwartz there. Right? Okay, thank you. That was great. There you go. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. So, who has never been to a convention before? Where are our virgins? So I can really see it. So we got the South Philly contingency here. Second mile neighborhood. Who else? This is your first? Are you from this area of the country? Yeah? Well, welcome. For those of you who don't know me, you've missed a couple great years. My name is Ellie. For those of you who don't know me, my name is David Schwartz, and I work on the TV show Beauty and the Beast. First half of the first season, I was the post-production supervisor, which means the areas of my responsibility were when the episodes were finished being filmed, they would go through the post-production channels, editing, sound effects, digital effects. At the time, that was like a new thing, the match shots. And I was involved in coordinating the trafficking of those pieces of the puzzle that got put into the final product. And just overall kind of stayed in that area, basically off the set. At Christmas break of the first season, I was blessed with the opportunity to move on to the set and asked to produce the show. My role was coordinating producer. And what I did was stay in as the constant on the set between the changing directors, and was the communication central for the office, Ron Gosselow's office, and Paul and Tony Thomas, and that ran for 40-some episodes, I guess. And it's great. They paid me money to do what I love to do, which is BS all day. And so that's what I did there. And why don't we leave it at that? If anybody has any questions relating to Beauty and the Beast or other things that you would like to know about me, I'll put the power in your hands. So start up for now. I'll give you an opportunity to start asking questions, and I'm sure I'll find things in between to go for like 20 minutes, but no lesson. So, anybody have any questions, or is it just me doing a routine from Showboat? Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, good morning. The ultimate answer would be, when do we get our movie? When do we get our movie? Obviously a question asked often by fans and in the intimate community and just people in general out in the universe. It's a very, not a difficult question to answer, it's an unknown. It's just one of the things in the universe, it's just unknown. In simple terms, the company that owns the rights to the movie or the show or whatever it is that it moves on to in its next life, like any other major company, has a lot of things that they do, and they're trying enjoying the process. There are other shows and keep themselves afloat. And it's just, well, when the time's right, someone will probably end up with a great script in their hands and they'll go, this is just the perfect script at the perfect time. It's not, there's no holding it off because, well, we're waiting for a better script or waiting for a better time to expose it to the market, or it's just a good or bad time. The situation is everybody's just doing other things. And Cosmo just is continually working on his other pieces of his life and other projects, and the Republic people have, obviously, because of everyone's here commitment and focused on wanting to keep this moving forward. The Republic people have been, I think, awakened quite significantly, certainly after last year's convention in Los Angeles. We created quite a relationship with Bob Sigmund and company there, and I can tell you, I don't think that man in all his years in this industry has had an opportunity to see anything that he and his team were exposed to last year, and the constant beyond. I know letters are great and everything, but last year he was able to look in the eyes of many of us and see, like, this is something that's really, really unique. Again, the people that now own this had nothing to do with the show when it was being built, so the show now, though it existed in public, we have a fairly fine relationship with Bob and his group of people that think about this as, well, at some point we really need to get on this. But they're not on it because it's, no, it's just not the right time. We just haven't seen, it's just the universe. It'll show up in our lives when we probably least expect it. I think for me, that's probably where it is. You know, I get calls or I read things in some of the scenes, and it's like, they're going into production. And I'm like, I just spoke with one this afternoon. And they, yeah. But I don't know if that, it's certainly not the answer everyone wants to hear, I know, myself included. But it's not being held up for any specific reason. It's just, you know, it'll show up. Or, you know, aliens will come first, and, you know, we'll blow up the White House and all that stuff, right? So, I know not the answer everyone wants to hear, but clearly an answer that I think is what's living right now at the moment. So, thank you. You're welcome, thank you. Yes, you got your hand up first. All right. You have a second, but I'm going to take this question first, because you were very gracious. That's a really good question. You know, there was a lot of stuff that we earmarked while we were shooting. A lot of stuff that we sort of, and I've told some stories through the years of stuff that we would just do. You know, for those of you who hadn't heard some of the stories, some of the relationships in the show, I mean, Ron Perlman, that you all know him as Vincent, and this just incredibly passionate man with deep-seated love. He's basically, you know, one step away from what Jerry Lewis was at the time. And Jerry Lewis is normally 2 steps away from me, so that sort of energy on set made for an enormous amount of humor. And there was always this, like, okay, who can we hot for today? Basically, you know, Roy was pretty much one of the guys that was an easy mark. So, Roy got nailed a lot. David Greenlee, of course, he would say, if there's anybody who's going to be able to, like, put shaving cream on the chair of, it's like David. Sitting in it,